All right, we're on the homeward stretch now. It's the daily report. We're looking at party ideologies and, of course, manifestos. How much have Nigerians benefited from the things that they get promised by the political parties? You look at Nigeria, it's almost becoming a two-party state where you have the APC and, of course, the PDP. Today, there have been defections here and there, alignments and realignments. No one is even looking at the small parties. I remember the years when the Labour Party used to be, you know, something that people looked forward to. But today, if you're not in the APC, you're in the PDP. What exactly are those ideologies? What does the APC stand for? If someone asks me, what does the PDP stand for? Why should I be on this path or be on that path? That is one thing that nobody can actually say. We'll take some of the messages that have come in. Emmanuel Iheme says the only way to stop talking about Nigeria backwardness is to resist APC and PDP. Is it possible to resist the two of them? These two political parties have raped Nigerians repeatedly. It's the Nigerian people that can save Nigeria, and the only way to do it is to vote out the PDP and the APC. Is there an alternative if you don't vote the APC or the PDP?
Are you going to import people from heaven?
That's what I'm asking. Is there no credible persons in Nigeria?
The problem is not the person. It's not the people.
It is the system.
The problem is the system.
So who is going to fix the system? Who can get angels
to
come
whom
to
much
fix
is
the system?
given, much is expected. And that is why we are looking for that benevolent dictator who will fix the system. A country that cannot conduct a credible census, how do you plan? A country that cannot even sit down and look at a particular region and know what to do with it. The golden goose that lays the golden egg in the Niger Delta is suffering. Bakassi has been yanked off and part of it is thrown into Cameroon, and the people are not speaking. And I mean, look, as long as we don't sit down to look at the fundamental issues of the structure of Nigeria, the country will always have centrifugal forces trying to tear it apart. And that is why each time there is an election, it will look as if the country will collapse. Each time there's an election, it will look as if the country will collapse. America predicted that 2015 will be a decider. Nigeria managed.
But it was on that journey.
Nigeria managed to survive it. Yet, we are still on that journey. As we speak, the country is so terribly divided. And how do you bring development and you're talking about ideology in such a setting? So we need people, or at least a leader. I said that any leader who is not ready to pay the supreme price for Nigeria cannot fix Nigeria.
The institutions and the system have been deliberately contrived to be weak fraction. What is expected of me is before investigation even starts, I will tell you, oh guy, whether it is true or false, go sit down for house first. You understand? You have people who are is it not Obama that told us that, look, we should not build strong personalities but strong institutions? How strong are our institutions? You will see that court verdicts are given, they are not obeyed. Even those who enacted either legislation or promulgated decrees, they are the worst violators of the laws they have either promulgated or enacted. That is the situation we have seen ourselves. If it's not as if there have been no advocacy, right, agitating for people who are of digital age, people who are computer savvy, people who knows that technology will take us to where we want to be, people who knows that education. Look at Singapore, that is always a reference point. Look, whether you are an engineer or a medical doctor, you must go to school of government in the US before you are appointed as a cabinet minister.
All right, let me take some of
they
these
are all
messages.
well educated. Go to Newi and see what
your people are doing.
You will weep for this country.
Exactly.
Why press them down?
Why are you not promoting them? Why are you not encouraging them?
So how can the country grow if you intentionally press down development?
Research and development is not in our dictionary.
So,
All right, Oguyemi Kehinde says, please ask the gentleman who's aspiring how he intends to overcome the big guns who profit from the malfunctioning of the system called Nigeria. Has it got the pep and the intrepidity? Well,
Yeah.
I wonder exactly what it is he means, the intrepidity. Do you have that? You'd answer that later. Intrepidity. Let's go to this. I Am Rich says, it's a shame we don't have any at this moment. No nation can move an inch in the direction of progress and change. So as long as she maintains the status quo, we have to ask and allow questions to be asked and answered. We have to constantly demand for practicable ideologies. That's from I Am Rich. Thank you so much for sending that in. Jayola says, party ideologies. We don't have any. If we do, then they must be in the Bermuda Triangle. Olawale from Moe sent that in. Warilayefa Amaru says Nigerian people have been pauperized into confusion. If you talk about ideology to an average Nigerian, the question you are likely to get is, what do you mean? But the ideology of the Nigerian politician is... We'll get to look at some of that. Adeleke Sharafa Alaji Lawal says, I agree to some extent with one of the guests, but I still want to believe there are people that are trustworthy who always say the truth in this country. But the issue is their population are few in numbers. Absolutely. As for the ideologies of political parties, the old AD and the later AC or ACN look similar to old UPN, while PDP from day one is conservative old MPN. Do you agree? Well, majority vote in Nigeria not because of manifesto or out of conviction, but they vote for the man or party that has induced them with money. So money keeps showing or rearing its head as we speak about parties, ideologies, and of course manifestos. The constitution written by the military is a problem. The military should also stay away from democracy. Our system of government is not good enough for Nigeria. Each state of the federation should be granted independence.
the only thing that is not good for Nigeria in this system can only be solved with the policy of God. Because the only restructuring that will bring out the juice of our democracy. We practice American presidential system, and we have left behind what has made that system to work in America. And what we are doing is that we have come along with a baggage that is not supported by our culture, by our nuances, by our lifestyles, by our historical origin, and by our historical experience. So, the only way we can make this thing work is to sit down and reshape Nigeria as a country. If not, you continue to get agitations, you continue to get tribalism, you continue to get clannishness, and it is even getting worse by the day. Nothing is working in Nigeria. Nothing, absolutely nothing is working. What happens is that when somebody gets some kind of either luck or favor, he thinks the country is working. When you sit down to look at Nigeria critically, you will tell yourself that this nation is not working.
All right, you want to quickly answer that question?
The question I was asked about whether I have I have what it takes
Yes,
to.
how do you plan?
You see, I think the right thing here is this. I have these two great men here with me. I think the first step is for us to agree that we can fix it. And that's the first step. Because until we get to the point where we agree with ourselves that rather than being complainants and get to action, get to work, the people sending in messages and saying it cannot be done are the ones that we need to get it done. Those who are thinking that, if all of us who are thinking that, oh no, but this is a difficult task, this cannot be done. If all of us can come together and begin to do what we need to do, Nigeria will be fixed. You talked about restructuring. I think the most important thing that needs to be done is that we need to fix the people. Fix the man, and the society will be fixed.
All right. Hello,
fix the people, and the people will, the society will work.
Good evening. Who's calling?
Yeah, this is Ty calling from Oba.
All right, Ty, let's go in 60 seconds.
Yeah, they are talking about ideology. You can't have ideology in a country where the 98% of people are poor. In the United States, the Republicans, their own ideology is what they call trickle-down economy. It tax breaks to the rich so that they will have more money to create jobs for the poor. Yeah, you know, unfortunately it's not working. But the Democrats, what they stand for? But the Democrats don't know. Let's tax the rich and let's use the money to give social benefits to the poor.
Right.
And by that, when the poor have the buying power, the commerce, the economy will move. But here in Nigeria, you don't even have the middle class. You know, everybody's there. So no party can come out without saying that, parties are, you know, and especially what is there is that somebody said right there that who is going to put the system in place? How we put the system in place?
All right, I'm sorry, that's the much that we can take from you. If you check the time, it's truly not on our side. Gentlemen, as we go home now, how do we as a people, because I think the time to keep blaming the leaders or the politicians, it should be behind us now as the people as it is. How do we move from where we are to exactly where it is we want to go in 60 seconds?
If we must destroy the vestiges of religious extremism, ethnicity, godfatherism, nepotism in our governance, and then those who want to be servants of the people must be prepared to take whatever they are giving and know what they decree for themselves, because what they take home is too much for this country to accommodate.
All right, one person who wants to be the servant of the people is here. How do you close in 60 seconds?
The first thing is, Nigeria, we all know that things have not worked for us. The only solution to us is for us to look at ourselves, come together and form that team that can rescue Nigeria. We as a people are the only options we have. We are the only alternative we have left. The other side is the side of those who want to destroy us. And until we begin to have that belief in ourselves, like my two gentlemen here, we all agreeing to work together. And all of us here who say things are not okay, think about how we can make it work. That is the only way. Get your PVC, come out in 2019 and vote the right person. Vote is not for sale.
So how do we know who the right person is in 60 seconds?
Nobody is right.
So if I step out,
nobody is right until we get the structure right. Very simple. Nobody is right until we get the structure right.
So we need to find a way to put the structures in order. Most people have agreed here today, and of course some persons listening will believe that something needs to be done about the structure of the country. That is the truth. Put the right structure in place and things will definitely work. Well, this is it for us tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you for watching right there on Facebook. Thanks for listening via the radio. Thanks for texting in. Thanks for calling in. And thank you so much for just being there and enjoying the show. We just look forward to a better Nigeria. I look forward to a great Nigeria for my children and my children's children. The show has been wonderful today because you tuned in, because you joined us. Remember, Nigeria's future is in your power, and that power lies in your permanent voter card. What you can do is get it, keep it safe, and of course, use it wisely. Thanks to the gentlemen who joined us here. Your insights are quite appreciated. Vice Fred Nzako, thank you for joining us.
Many thanks.
Engineer Matthias Sado, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And of course, Mr. Abumere, I'm grateful for your time tonight.
Thanks.
And thanks to the DJ Adex. We're back again tomorrow. I am Ife Onyebule, of course, from the executive producer, Charles Carlo. This is saying good evening and have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
Wonderful.